Welcome to the Make It a Better Day podcast. I'm Alex, and joining me today is my co-host Victoria. Today, we're diving into something that could totally shift the way you see your daily routine and unlock more energy than your morning coffee.
That's right. Today we're exploring our article, Unlock Your Day's Potential, the time-saving magic of movement. It centers around this quote from Edward Stanley that really stuck with me. Those who think they have no time for exercise will sooner or later have to find time for illness. But we're taking this in a direction that might surprise you.
You know, I had the strangest experience last week. I was dragging myself through a particularly groggy morning, and instead of my usual zombie shuffle to the coffee maker, I just started dancing. I put on that song, the one I'm always humming. 3 minutes later, I was laughing, out of breath, and weirdly alert. It was like I'd found a secret shortcut to waking up.
Wait, so you're telling me you've been holding out on us with your morning dance parties? I need an invitation next time, but that's exactly what makes this article so compelling. It's challenging us to stop seeing movement as this separate activity we need to squeeze into our already packed schedules.
Right. The mindset shift is everything. Instead of thinking, I don't have time to exercise today, what if we asked, how can I infuse my day with moments of movement that will actually save me time in the long run?
I love how you put that. We're so conditioned to see exercise as this thing that steals time from our productivity, when the research actually suggests the complete opposite. But movement isn't a time thief, it's a time giver. Those movement breaks are like hitting a refresh button on your brain.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, how much time do we waste feeling foggy, unfocused, or just plain tired throughout the day? Those are the hidden time thieves that movement can actually help combat.
Oh man, I feel personally attacked. Yesterday, I spent 15 minutes staring at my computer screen, trying to remember what I was supposed to be working on. 15 minutes I could have used for a quick walk around the block, which probably would have solved the problem faster.
We've all been there. The article mentioned Michelle Obama's approach to movement, which I found fascinating. Here was arguably one of the busiest women in the world, waking up at 4:30 a.m. to get her workout in. Not because she was obsessed with fitness, but because she discovered it was her secret weapon for navigating her intense days.
That example really hit home for me. It wasn't about the perfect body, it was about showing up as her best self for the demands of her role. That's something anyone can relate to, whether you're managing a country, a household, or just trying to get through a particularly demanding Thursday.
Exactly. And what I loved most were those practical micro moves the article suggested. Have you tried any of them yet?
I actually experimented with the culinary cardio last night. I put on some music while making dinner and just moved, dancing while stirring, doing little calf raises while chopping vegetables. My partner walked in and looked at me like I'd lost my mind, but then ended up joining in.
That's amazing. I've been doing this thing where I take a lap around my home office every time I finish a task. It's tiny, but it breaks up the sitting and gives me this little hit of energy before starting the next thing on my list. And somehow, my productivity has actually improved.
That's so smart. I think there's something powerful about pairing movement with transitions in your day. It's like it helps your brain shift gears more effectively.
Definitely. I also appreciated how the article emphasized that consistency trumps intensity. You don't need to be doing burpees between Zoom calls. Even gentle stretching or a short walk can make a huge difference.
Right. It's not about one perfect workout. It's about creating a lifestyle where movement is woven throughout your day. Those small, consistent actions compound over time.
So what about that challenge from the article? Identifying 3 typically unproductive moments in your day and transforming them with movement breaks. Have you thought about where you might try that?
I have. First is definitely that post-lunch energy crash around 2 p.m. when I usually end up scrolling through my phone for just a few minutes that somehow turns into 20. I'm going to try a quick stretch session instead.
Ooh, that's a good one. Post-lunch is killer.
Second is my morning routine while waiting for coffee to brew. Perfect time for some gentle yoga instead of staring into space. And third is during those inevitable moments when my computer decides to update itself at the worst possible time. Instead of hovering impatiently, I can use those minutes for movement.
I love those. Mine are similar. That mid-afternoon slump when I reach for another coffee, the time I spend mindlessly checking email first thing in the morning, and those 5 minutes before virtual meetings when I'm just waiting for everyone to join. Perfect opportunities for quick movement snacks.
Movement snacks, that's such a great way to put it. Small, bite-sized portions of activity that nourish your day.
Exactly. And like any good snack, they're satisfying in the moment but also fuel you for what's ahead. And the best part, no cleanup required.
I think what's most powerful about this whole approach is how it reframes movement not as one more obligation, but as a tool that actually enhances everything else. It's not about finding time for exercise. It's about using movement to make better use of the time you already have.
That's so beautifully put. Each little movement becomes an investment in a more energized, focused version of yourself. Not something you have to do, but something you get to do because it makes everything else better.
To wrap up today's conversation, remember that you don't need special equipment, a gym membership, or even a solid hour of free time to experience the benefits of movement. These micro moments throughout your day can compound into significant improvements in your energy, focus, and overall well-being.
And our challenge to you is to identify those 3 typically unproductive moments in your day and transform them with quick movement breaks. We'd love to hear which moments you choose and how those little bursts of activity impact your day. Tag us or leave a comment to share your experience and maybe inspire someone else to try it too. You never know who you'll inspire with your story. And we're all in this better day journey together.
Thanks for joining us today on the Make It a Better Day podcast. For more articles, videos, and resources to help make your days better, visit our website. And check out our Redbubble store for some movement-inspired motivation to keep you energized.
Until next time, remember, your move matters, and that first stretch, step, or spontaneous dance party could be the beginning of more productive, energized days ahead. Let's make it a better day, one movement at a time.